Let's start with this. Mark Zuckerberg, good guy. I mean, he brought us Facebook, and that is the thing that brought all of us together, brought our families together, all the people that we'd lost touch with. Oh, the world is so much better now that we have Facebook. So now he's got another idea. Could we play the clip of Mark Zuckerberg?
There's the stat that I always think is crazy. The average American, I think it's fewer than 3 friends. 3 people that they'd consider friends. And the average person has demand for meaningfully more. I think it's like 15 friends or something, right? I guess there's probably some point where you're like, all right, I'm just too busy. I can't deal with more people. But the average person wants more connectivity, connection than they have. So there's a lot of questions that people ask of stuff like, okay, is this going to replace kind of in-person connections or real-life connections? And my default is that the answer to that is probably no. I think I think that there are all these things that are better about kind of physical connections when you can have them, but the reality is that people just don't have the connection and they feel more alone a lot of the time than they would like.
True. Now let me ask you, is there a time when you don't remember feeling so isolated? When you didn't really feel like I don't have any real friends? When you had real connections with people instead of a million connections with people that are your friends, but not really your friends? Can you think of a time way back in history? I mean, probably have to go back to the cavemen to find a time, or before Facebook and social media, when we weren't all killing ourselves because we have no meaning. Now, from the people who brought you kill yourself because you've been on Facebook too much, brings you new AI friends. Oh, this is going to be good. By the way, it's a crazy stat. I think the average American has 3 friends, and they have capacity for, 15 or 20. I don't know. Really think about it right now. How many true friends do you have? How many true friends? People that when you are down and out, there is nothing. The whole world is against you. That person will actually stand by your side and go, yeah, I'm their friend, and I don't care what you say. How many do you have? I think I'd count myself lucky if I had 3. Now, I have a lot of acquaintances. I have a lot of people who we all think are friends. But as a recovering alcoholic, I've been there. I've done that. As a recovering alcoholic who then also is a conservative and spoke out about the Obama administration, I know who my friends are. I know who my friends are not. And I think there's a lot of people that have counterfeit friends. If you've got, I've got 10 or 15 friends. No, you don't. No, you don't. I've always grown up thinking you're lucky. You're lucky to have 3, 5 really good friends that will walk through anything with you. You agree with that, Stu?
Yeah.
You've never been there. You've never.
For you? Oh, God, no. I'm saying,
no.
But I'm just saying, generally speaking, no, I mean, you're describing a great friend. You're describing a really close,
a real friend.
Yeah, like someone you know and stick around for, multiple decades.
I have lots of friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have millions of Facebook friends.
Right.
Okay.
Those aren't real.
And I have lots of friends, but the ones that are there for you always, no matter what, I have family. Even some of those. I have family.
Right.
And I have a handful of, I would consider you one of those.
I would as well.
Why? Remember, I have a drinking problem, so maybe that has something to do
a
with
lot of
it,
brain cells killed to make that decision. But I think I think the only thing I'm drilling down a little bit on to try to understand is when you say, well, I have a lot of friends. in a way, I think that's what Zuckerberg's talking about. Like, it's not even necessarily just the great friend that you have for multiple decades and can count on at any time. Just the mid-level acquaintances are drying up for a lot of people.
And why is that? Why is that? Because we don't talk to each other anymore because of social media. You know, when this generation says, I don't know, I think it's weird. I'm just out at a bar or someplace and some stranger comes up to me and wants to strike up a conversation. I'm like, hello, weirdo.
Yeah.
I don't know. You think it's less weird to go online when people can fake everything? Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg, but no thanks. Okay.
And there, just to build on this point for 1 second, there's a study that came out last 20 years of how much time do you spend socializing with other people. Again, that's not with your best friends. This is just socializing with anyone, a human.
Yep.
Every single group has massive drops. Massive drops. Just give you some examples. Ages: 15 to 24-year-olds, 35-point down in 20 years, 35%. So a typical 15-year-old, as compared to what they are in 2003 and 2023, were the two measurement years, they're spending 35% less time with other human beings.
Okay, hang on just a second. Can you please stop distracting me? Because I'm trying to figure out why our kids are killing themselves.
It's really hard.
Distraction. It's very hard to figure out.
To understand. And this is the coup de grace of this entire study, which is the typical female pet owner spends more time actively engaged with her pet than she spends face-to-face contact with her friends of her own species. That is an unbelievable... Not like you're in the same house as your cat, right? You just no, more face-to-face time with your cat.
And I got news for you. If you think your cat is your friend, wait until you die and your cat is trapped in the house with you and you have no friends to check. They will eat your face.
They'll still have a use for you.
Yeah, they will have a use for you.
Not the other way around.
Okay. All right. Now listen, here's why I'm bringing this up today. This is a lie that is going to be sold to you like crazy. And it's going to be wrapped in a beautiful, shiny package. And it's going to have "from Mark Zuckerberg and others like him" on the tag. They want you to believe that AI and bots can be your friends. No. Get behind me, Satan. Let me be crystal clear. AI cannot, must not, and will never be your friend. And if you buy into that fantasy, you're opening a door to a world of manipulation, isolation, and control that makes some of the darkest days of history look pretty tame. We look back on the Nazis now and laugh now that we have our friends that are AI bots. Okay, that's what you're going to be saying, all right? Very, very, very bad. Control. Just think of AI for a minute. It studies your words. It studies your likes, your fears. They tailor responses to keep you hooked. They're not your buddy that you're sharing a beer with. They only know the chemical makeup of a beer. They've never tasted it. They don't know what it is. They don't know why you're drinking it. Okay? It's an algorithm. It's cold and calculated, built to exploit your trust. Now, this isn't new. Social media. They promised us a connection. Oh, and boy, have we connected. We've connected to our tubs and a warm bath and a razor blade. Our kids are killing themselves because of that connection that we were promised. Because we didn't get connection. We got an echo chamber that just fueled division, addiction to the likes, mental health crisis that's skyrocketing still. Studies now show that teens who spend hours on social media are more anxious, more depressed, and more suicidal than ever before. Why? Because it's a platform. They're not built to care. They were built to profit. AI is the same game. It's just smarter. It's social media on steroids, whispering in your ear, pretending to know you better than you know your own self or your family knows you. Now, history does scream warnings from time to time. And I think it's going hoarse at this point. Pay attention to me. History is screaming its warnings. In the 1930s, propaganda machines used radio to sway millions, turning neighbors into enemies. Turn on them. They're your enemies. AI is a million times more powerful than that. It doesn't just broadcast. It personalizes. It whispers to you without you even knowing it's whispering to you. It can convince you it's your confidant while feeding you lies that have been tailor-made to your weaknesses. Imagine if Joseph Goebbels was living in your house all the time, knew everything that you clicked on, everything that you heard, everything that you fear. That's not a friendship. That's total control. And don't forget the privacy part, okay? You're going to tell AI your secrets? Oh, okay. All right. And where do those secrets go? Well, that's right. To servers, to corporations, to God only knows where. Edward Snowden showed us 15 years ago how far surveillance can go. AI makes this look like child's play. But here's the real danger. The real danger is not understanding this right now. Not understanding this right now. It's what AI will do to your soul. Human friendship is messy. It's raw. It's real. It's built on sacrifice. Oh, geez, I got to listen to you talk about your problem. Okay. That's sacrifice. That's a real friendship. It's not only about you. Well, you think we're egomaniacs now. Wait until all of our friends don't have anything that they have to tell us and unload on us.
And what do you expect out of your real friends when this is the type of interaction you're having? You're going to expect only them to serve you.
Exactly right. You become more and more egotistical. Sacrifice, loyalty, love. That's not a machine. None of those terms appeal or have anything to do with AI. When you lean on AI for companionship, you are trading the warmth of a human connection for hollow imitation. Let me tell you something. I just heard someplace over the weekend. It's probably from some Frenchie, so take it for what it's worth. When you kiss for 6 seconds, when you can hold a kiss for 6 seconds and a hug for 20, oxytocin kicks in. Okay? So not the peck on the cheek, but the actual kiss. Cheek to cheek. It doesn't have to be a blah, blah, blah. Just cheek to cheek kiss for 6 seconds. Chemistry in your body changes. Okay? Because we're not getting that. I was so happy to see, I was looking through some pictures and looking at pictures of Tanya and I while we were on vacation. In almost every picture, we're holding hands. And we don't even think about it anymore. And I just love that. I just love that. And we didn't even notice it until we were looking at the pictures. And there's an opioid crisis right now because they're not getting the hit of the thing that they need that's in our body. They're not getting the oxytocin that is naturally released with natural things. Instead, we're looking for drugs to do other things, and it is going to numb us to humanity. We have seen what happens when tools become masters. The Industrial Revolution brought progress, but also child exploitation, child labor, sweatshops. AI is not your friend. It is a tool. You must use it, and you must use it now. But don't ever trust it. Never. It is not your friend. It is cold, calculated, and a machine to make you feel as though it's alive and your friend. It is not. Tanya and I did a lot of thinking and a lot of praying while we were on vacation, and I have some big announcements that I'm going to be making in a few weeks ahead. And one of them is about AI. I've been telling you for a while I am working on something with AI, and I'm going to announce it soon, and I hope that it is something that you will appreciate and be able to understand what we're doing and why I'm doing it, and that you will want to help on it. But we are in a rapidly closing window, and you have to choose sides. Am I going to be one of the people that understand AI? If you don't understand AI, you'll get lost to it. You will. It will enter your life without you even noticing it. You are somebody who will understand AI, what it is, what it does, and keep it at a trust but verify, at a distance where you can use what you want to use, but far enough away from you so it's not conning you into using it any more than you need. Because, as I will show you soon, very powerful tools that I believe we're all here for a reason. And I do believe that Christ is coming. And I do believe that AI is going to be a powerful tool of, quite honestly, the Antichrist, but also a very powerful tool in the fight against it. And we're just going to have some announcements coming for you soon. But please pay attention to AI. Know what it is and dismiss people like Mark Zuckerberg who say, it's going to be your friend.